Hi, I'm Alison, and I work in graduate recruitment as a vacancy coordinator as an intern within that team. Oh, I had a paper round. It was awful. The first time I did this paper round, I did it on a Sunday morning, and it took me an hour to find the first road that I had to deliver this paper to, and I also delivered like 3 wrong, which got taken out of my 13 quid a week, which I wasn't very happy about. I had a manager, also called Alison, when I went to work at Shelter, which was really good. She was really nice. She trained me and such like, so that when I went on to kind of try and get a real job that was paid and whatnot, then that made my life a little bit easier, so that I could get into the working world in the first place. I'm not sure. I think I was interested in the company. I know it's a really positive company. It tries to do positive things, not just in the company and within what it does, but also like out with what it does. And I think when I came here, I didn't really know what to expect. But when I came in, everyone was like really nice, and I've actually still to this day not met a single person in this company that I don't like or that I don't get on with. I think everyone's really nice, and everyone's like really supportive, and they go out of their way to kind of make you feel welcome and make you feel like part of their kind of team, if that makes sense. I don't think I've had much of a working life. This is my first, I suppose most people would say, my first real job, you know. I think I'm not sure. I think maybe I would have gone into more education before I kind of went into a full-time job, but in saying that, like, I don't regret the way I did things. I spent most of my life wanting to kind of be an actor or be on stage, but when I was about 4, I decided that I wanted to read the weather on the BBC. I wanted to have a kind of a map, and I wanted to use the wee kind of stick and point at things and tell people what the weather was going to be for that week. I'm not sure yet. I think after I went and studied acting last year, and after doing that I'm not quite sure what I want to do with my life yet, so I'm kind of exploring different options. I'm working to kind of get myself by now and see what standard life has to offer, I suppose. Maybe I'll go back into the creative industry, or maybe hopefully I'll find something to do creative within standard life itself rather than, does that make sense? Rather than going outside and doing something like that. I think it's a really good opportunity for people, especially people that, you know, have come out of high school and they've maybe not got as great grades as they were looking for. You know, the university requirements are going up every year. It's really hard for people to get in. And I think it kind of means a chance for someone. I mean, some people don't want to go to university. Some people, it's just not for them, you know. And I think, you know, a company like Standard Life giving a young person a chance to come in and work with them is great, you know. And young people are an advantage to the working world, you know. We don't have any kind of previous ideas about how things work or how to do things. So whatever company teaches us is going to be what we know about that company. And I think young people pick up things quicker, you know. They've got a lot more knowledge and technology than the older generation, and I think they're really valuable to the workplace. And I think it's a shame that more companies don't realise that. I think it benefits me in the fact that I think this is my first time in a kind of office environment. It's a totally new experience. I've never been in a full-time job, so that's quite a new thing. I think as well you learn new skills, even if it's just getting on with people or, you know, taking instruction well or accuracy or whatever it is that you're learning from the job. I think one thing I have learned is accuracy, sitting doing contracts and writing the wrong date on things. So accuracy is one thing I've kind of picked up on. And I think as well, like, having a full-time job just gives you life skills, because you've got all these people, you know, whether they be younger or older than you, you have to learn to work with those people and work in a team, which is really nice. I think it can make it a more social workplace than it is now. I think there's too much of, I think when I first thought, when you think of Standard Life, I think, you know, it's an established, a trusted brand, but it's all old people that work for them, you know, and I'm thinking, really, you're going to offer a young person a job? That's quite exciting. I think it'll change the way people think about the workplace and maybe think about it as more of a kind of dynamic place rather than, you know, old people work in pensions and young people do retail and that kind of thing. I think it'd be really nice to kind of explore that. I also think it'd be nice to have more of a kind of work your way up attitude. I think a lot of people think, oh, you've got to university, whatnot, because university doesn't seem to be worth a lot anymore. It seems to be more of an accessory than something that you've worked really hard for, which is a shame because that's what it is.